Hello from the Business Renovator. Welcome to you wherever you are in the world and wherever you might be watching this from. When we get on the other side of this, you're going to have a way to look at what's going on in your life in a different way and empower yourself and the people you lead based on the principles out of a book called The Oz Principles. What I'd like to do now, though, is talk about some of the aspects around that from this book. My buddy, Brian Monahan, the author and curator of the Customer Delight 365. In here, he's borrowing a Tony Robbins quote, which is, "There is no such thing as failure. There are only results." Brian's take on that is, this is an interesting take on failure, and it applies that there's also no such thing as success. There are only results. That's an important distinction to make when it comes to creating customer delight. Customers don't really care what, why, when, and where. They care about the results that might include a great product, a great service, and a delightful experience. I'm going to add on to that. I think it's the transformation that they receive. It's the gains that make their life experience a little bit better or a lot better. That's what they're looking for. That's how I would see a delightful experience unfolding. The best way to create delightful results is to plan for delightful results. You know what they say, fail to plan to fail, and fail to delight your customers, friends, and family. What results are you planning for? A great time to think about that is right now. It's the end of the year. 2020 is just about at the end of there's only a few days left. And it's a great time to stop, reflect back, and see all of the things that you've accomplished, the people that you've helped, and the things that you've overcome in these strange and unusual times for most of us. So as promised, I wanted to talk to you about something based on a book called The Oz Principles. And find the banner here for you to have a look and see who that is by. There it is right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw something on my iPad and give you an indication, give you an image of something that you could utilize for the rest of your life if you so choose. It's a way to be taking responsibility for your life. And a lot of it's based on the Oz Principles by Connor Smith and Hickman. So without any delay, let's draw this. Now, if you want to follow along with me, by all means, please do. What you'll need is a piece of paper or a tablet or something to draw on, because what you want to do is follow along with the drawing. So from left to right, I would like you to draw a horizontal line. Somewhat like this. And above that line, I would like you to draw your best stick man. Oops, let's take that away. Stick man or stick woman, doesn't matter. And below the line, what I would like you to do is draw your stick person this way. Okay, so the one up above the line is looks very powerful, very efficacious, very confident. The one below is woe is me, life is terrible, everything's awful. So what I want to do is draw this out in a way that helps you have an image to etch it into your mind. So what we're going to do here is, with the color blue I'm using, is to write prove. And below the line, let's find a different color. Let's go with something that's not as pleasant for most people. Let's go with that. Okay, done. And what you have is bends. So prove above the line, bends below the line. And this line in the middle here plays a huge role in this whole concept of what we're looking at today. So above the line, the individual would be proactive. They're not waiting for life to show up. They're showing up to life. They're saying yes to life. They are saying yes to life. Much like this, say yes to life as if you expect success. The R, improve, is for responsible. But I spell it a little bit different. And Y is we have the ability to respond. So by hyphenating it, we respond with ability, but we're response able. The O could be a number of things. It could be option thinker, could be optimistic. What I'm going to use today, though, is the word own. So if there's a situation in life, regardless of whether you caused it to happen or not, you're going to make the situation better. So you're going to own it and look for ways to resolve it. And by taking that attitude, you're going to create a vision based on where you are today and where you'd like to be in the future. Right now, in where I'm living in the city I'm in, we just had we're kind of in, I call it Snowmageddon. There is so much snow in such a short period of time. I think we're about 18 inches to 24 inches in some locations. And that happened in less than 24 hours. So the roads are a little bit out of whack. Buses are getting stuck and can't get to where they need to get people to work. The authorities have suggested if you don't need to go to work from home, avoid the roads, allow the plows to plow. So there's something where we can change the way we respond to what's going on with the snow. So what's going on in your life and how could you be proactive, take responsibility, own it, and have a vision to a better ending of the situation. So in my case, a number of neighbors helped each other out and dug our cars and driveways and sidewalks to a place where there's hardly any snow on them at all, although it's still snowing. And then the other aspect of prove is we strive for excellence. So that's above the line, proactive, responsible, you own it, you have a vision, and you strive for excellence, a positive outcome. Below the line, this is a little bit different. Let's change the colors there to something else. Let's pick this color. Okay, there we go. So bends, these type of people, look at them. They're looking down at the ground. Their back's kind of curved. They're low energy. They're not optimistic. So they have a tendency to blame outside circumstances for the results in their life. I don't know if you ever met anybody like that. They tend to make excuses. They're negative. They're in a state of denial, so they deny things. And they live in this crazy place called city. They live in scarcity. So they don't look for solutions. They put their focus on the problem instead of using this as an opportunity to turn on their creative juices like somebody who's above the line and looking for resolutions to the challenges that are facing them. Thinking about people in your community, in your network, who do you prefer to hang out with? The above the line people, the proactive ones, or the ones that tend to point the finger and blame others for everything in life? I know where I prefer. So these guys and gals up here are positive, and these ones down here are negative. These are failure magnets. That's what they're attract. There is a quote out there, where thoughts go, energy flows, and results show. And there's a variety of ways to express that. That particular version is by T. Harv Eker. So life is about a choice, the choices you make. And if you were to draw this out and think about it in your life, where are you? Are you option oriented or failure focused? The choice is yours and yours alone. You can get help. You can get a coach. You can get a mentor. You can read a book, take a course. That's being proactive to help you stay above the line. So where this can show up in your life is when you recognize that you're below the line. Don't beat yourself up. Just say, oh, it looks like I'm below the line. What can I do to get above the line? What can I do to be proactive? How can I take responsibility? Can I own this? What options are out there? Those are things that you could ask yourself instead of looking at all the reasons why you couldn't get above the line. And then in a leadership role, you could teach this to your team and have your team do the same thing. And if once they understand this concept, this principle, your leadership role becomes a little bit easier, because all you have to do is when you catch somebody out, you want to lift them up above the line. And the way to do that is when you recognize they have something going on, like blame, excuses, they're negative, they're denying something, or they're living in a mindset of scarcity. You can just say to them, hey, it seems like you're below the line. That's not like you. What could you do to make the situation a little bit better? Simple little thing. If you want more details, certainly go to that book that I mentioned, The Oz Principles. They do a deeper dive into the accountability side of leadership, management, and life. And you want to be thinking like a winner. Think like a winner and expect to win. That's being proactive. That's being an above the line thinker versus a below the line thinker. I hope you found this useful. And if you did or didn't, send me some feedback. This goes out to Facebook and YouTube and Twitter, but my email address is also up here above my shoulder. Phil at Coach Phil at the Business Renovator. Happy to listen to your response, read your responses, and share this content out with people in your community, to your social platforms. Stay warm, stay safe, but be a victor, not a victim.